we have depended on that one to give us what he or she has to give. So next is that one, welcoming remarks by the UCA. You will understand UCA through that one, the meaning of UCA through that speaker. Yeah. Have the microphone? I'll use this one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles Nyakauma, Director and Senior. Charles is my OB. We were together in Uganda Cooperative College, Chigumba, I think in a period of like 27 years ago, and he's still carrying a lot of vibe. Thank you very much. Our colleagues and cooperators from the ministry, development partners from different entities, district leadership, security personnel, cooperators, ladies and gentlemen. Like as earlier introduced myself, I'm Robert Asimwe. I work with Uganda Cooperative Alliance as the Senior Institutional Development Officer. As a professional senior cooperator by practice, I feel very much privileged to stand in front of you and welcome you officially to this very ceremony, which is intending to plan for the celebration of the International Day of Cooperatives in Rwenzori region. I think if you are not selfish, you can give a simple applause. I convey my greetings from the General Secretary of Uganda Cooperative Alliance, who has not been able to make it up to this end. He's with us in heart and in spirit, together with the entire board. Some of you could be having some difficulty to know or understand what UCA stands for. UCA, this is Uganda Cooperative Alliance. It is the umbrella organization of all registered cooperatives in our country. It was established in 1961 by the Act of Parliament. It has 4 objectives or mandate. The first objective, why it was established, to work as an advocate, to lobby through the Parliament of Uganda to make sure that it sounds as the spokesperson of entire cooperative fraternity and engage the government, especially on issues of policy and legal framework. Then the second objective, it was established to mobilize resources, both internally and externally, for the cooperators to ensure that they are running viable businesses. The third objective was to make sure that the cooperatives take the right direction in the form of development, such that under the institutional development, the capacities of the general membership, the capacities of the leaders, and the capacities of the cooperative management team are made more stronger, such that they can ably serve the purposes of why they are formed. Then the last one is to handle the disputes in case there is a dispute between a cooperator and his cooperative, or a dispute between a cooperative and a fellow cooperative. That is arbitration. As you are aware, cooperatives were not created today. Cooperatives are older than almost, if not every one of us. We celebrate this International Day of Cooperatives on every first Saturday of July, and it is celebrated internationally. So, the day was officially proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in 1992 to mark the century of the International Cooperatives Alliance. Cooperatives have been around for centuries, with the earliest recorded cooperative in 1761. So you will realize that some of you, the Nyakahumas and others who have sufficient background of your cooperative history, you record the 1844 when the first weavers came together and formed the first formal cooperative of Rochdale in Britain. It took place in a town called Rochdale in Britain, and most of the cooperators think it was the first cooperative, but it can be traced back as far as 1761. Why do we normally celebrate this event? We celebrate this event to raise the public awareness about cooperatives and their contributions towards a sustainable development. Like the director gave us permission that we can mix in the language. I'm happy when you are introducing yourselves, most of you come from circles and other cooperative entities. We appreciate your contributions. Hatuwareba nko mu Rwenzori region, the communities you are serving, the farmers, the cooperators, you are playing a very big role, but we might not capture that one because we still have a challenge as far as data management is concerned. And remember, because we still have a challenge as far as data management is concerned. To come up with data bank, the CODAS, Cooperative Data Analysis System, we got a very big challenge whereby most of our cooperators that are playing a very big role, the data is not sufficient enough. So, nationwide, we might be lacking that data. But if we can take a small litmus paper test, you will realize that circles are playing a very vital role in the communities. If I were you, I would also do something in appreciation of what you are doing. Mr. Director and the fellow cooperators, we've been celebrating this event annually, but I'm worried. If you can recall the vibe we had in Mbarara, the vibe we had in Rira, I don't know why these cooperators here in Rwenzori region, you remember how we celebrated it in Bukoma Simbi and the symposium in Masaka. We have to show this is our day, this is our ceremony. If you cannot clap for yourself, I'm telling you, nobody will give you that clap. You are playing a very big role. Karugutu, how many members do you have? Where is Maureen? How many members do you have? Sorry? Hatu washanga no serving abantu kenda na rukaga. Is it something small? Do you see the lives you are touching on? So, we are creating awareness in the communities such that people can realize our relevancy and appreciate. That is one of the objectives. Are we together? Now, the second objective, promote growth and development of cooperatives. I happen to come from Bushenyi. For anybody to qualify on any leadership position of any cooperative, let it be circle, let it be any other form of a cooperative, you must be financially viable. Even in the Bible, it's there. If you want to prove that one, who can read me Proverbs 19, verse 7? Yeah, give him a mic. So, cooperatives, we must create this awareness that they promote development and growth. So, if we are proud of what the cooperatives are doing, we must create awareness amongst our communities. Where is another microphone? Give it to him. Read me Proverbs 19, that one in front of you. Proverbs 19, verse 7. Yes. Proverbs 19, verse 7. I'm given 3 minutes. I've used one. Yes. Yes. Give it to my sister there. I read it in, you read it in English, I read it in Runyankore Toro.
Proverbs 19 verse 7.
Yes.
The poor are shunned by all their relatives.
Abazirwe nomoro bona bamwanga. The poor are shunned by all their relatives, not some, all. Read.
How much more do their friends avoid them?
Read.
Though the poor pursue them with pleading, they are nowhere to be found. The word of God.
So, thank you very much. If we are to bring it out clearly, we must make this day colorful and more relevant to members. Another objective is to advocate for support legal and policy environment. I'm happy the ministry, together with Uganda Cooperative Alliance, have been engaging the parliament to make sure that it creates the laws that can provide enabling environment for the cooperators to able to serve their people with quality services. Then the last objective is to inspire leadership and engage youth in the cooperative movement. Ladies and gentlemen, if you make a small sample, in most of the cooperatives, most of the cooperators are in the evening of their lives. Emyaka nkaaga nsanju chinana. So, one of the objectives of this day is to make sure that we create also awareness and create some enabling situation and atmosphere to incorporating youth and women such that they can able to participate in cooperative objectives. So this year's theme is cooperatives driving inclusive and sustainable solutions for a better world. Some of you who could have gotten a chance to move outside this country, you will realize that cooperatives are a way to go. If you cross the border, just our sisters here in Kenya, the circles have taken the economy. At one time, Barclays had opened a branch in Ishaka. Tell me why they closed. Those giant circles could not spare any given opportunity. People were utilizing the services of their own circles than the commercial banks. Are we together? So, like the theme says, driving inclusive and sustainable solutions for a better world. This theme highlights the role of cooperatives in building strong communities by prioritizing people, planet, and purpose over profit. Sometimes we tend to focus on declaring bigger surplus at the cost of charging a bigger interest to our members. The cooperatives are not profit-oriented. The cooperatives are created to give services to their members. That's why they are member-owned, member-controlled, member-beneficiary, and member-used. So in one way or another, we must fulfill that obligation. The International Day of Cooperatives serves as a platform to showcase cooperatives' impact on achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and promoting economic, social, and environmental development. With over 3 million cooperatives worldwide and more than 12% of the humanity as members, cooperatives play a vital role in addressing global challenges. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you here, we are to have brains, to put our brains at work today to make sure that we make this event successful. I appreciate the hosts. You wrote to the Ministry and Uganda Cooperative Alliance requesting to host this event in Toro region. When we talk of Toro region, it covers Toro and Bunyoro. This event has been celebrated in different parts of this country, and now this is your opportunity. Though we have Toro Dairy and Busia, yes, Sako, as the main hosts, that one does not deny you. Toro region